stupid. All right, so been on the clock for like 10 and a half hours, and kind of slap happy, so I figured might as well hop on here and try to record something to amuse everybody. I don't know how many followers I have or how many fans I have, but I don't know, this helps me pass the time, and I just like telling the stories. So anyways, I'm going to tell you about a typical 4th of July in my family, right? Barbecues were always at someone's house. We would rotate. Whenever we were at my Uncle Joe's place, be grilling. He always loved to man the grill, and he was like a sick cook. Although he was also like a crazy, weird eater and an avid hunter. So he'd be like, hey, who stole the fucking deer's heart off the grill? Don't eat that. That's mine. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. Well, one of us is like, yo, who's playing deer heart roulette? We don't want any of that shit. Like, what? I thought that was a fucking steak tip, dude. You know what I mean? So anyways, everyone would be hanging out, and, the kids would be playing, and, at some point it would get dark, and, my uncle would be like fucking, 9 or 10 beers deep and be like, all right, who wants to go up the car park and light off some fireworks? We'd all be like, me, Uncle Joe, even though fireworks are illegal, or at least in my state, right? So, the parents would be like, Joey, how many beers you had? You all right to drive with these kids? And this is how people rolled in the 80s. He's like, it's that short drive, you know what I'm saying? So, they're like, all right, go with your uncle, be safe, okay, right? Guy would be like, I'm going to drive slow, right? So, he owned a tile company, and he always drove a van. So, like 9 or 10 of us would pile in the back of this van. We'd be sitting on milk crates, right? You know that old football board game where you'd put the players on there and then plug it in and it would vibrate and all the players would move around and stuff like that? So he'd be driving around, floating around in there on the fucking milk crates. Now, the van's full of sharp trowels, right? Being operated by a person who's half in the wrapper with a bunch of kids sliding around on milk crates. Thank God we never got hurt, right? We would get to our destination, and then he would begin to dispense the goodies. He'd be like, look, all right, here's some fucking Roman candles, some jumping jacks, bottle rockets. He'd just be handing us shit, right? And then he'd hand each kid a lit cigarette. He'd be like, here, use this to light your fireworks. You're going to have to puff on it a little bit to keep it lit, all right? Don't fucking shoot each other with any of this stuff, and be careful. I'll be in the van smoking a bone with your uncle, because one of the uncles would always come, right? So these motherfuckers let us drive around in a van full of shit that could literally cut us up with an operator who was questionable. And then our reward for getting there safely, we got handed explosives and tobacco and set loose unsupervised. And no one ever got hurt. But that's funny, man. It's just funny how people used to roll 30 years ago. Like, he's all right. I'm like, hey, Joey's on fire. Roll him around. He'll go out. You're all right. Pour some beer on him. He's good. Okay, you're fine. Don't be a baby. You know what I mean? But, I said know what I mean like 15 times. I think you know what I mean. I got to stop saying that. Anyways, like I said, my family's just special. I wouldn't change it for the fucking world. I look back on this stuff fondly. I guess, the Department of Child Services would probably invent a time machine and come back and confiscate me from my family if they could. But fuck them. Anyways, I hope that makes you laugh. That would happen, most years. You know what I mean? No one ever got hurt. No one ever got arrested or anything like that. And we would have a blast. But, and I miss my uncle. He's been gone for a couple years. He was a fucking riot. But anyways, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Hit like, subscribe, share me with your friends. And, I'll end my video like I always do, man. Try to do something good every day, whether it's just telling a joke or holding the door for somebody. If everybody starts putting in the effort, I don't know, maybe things will change. Maybe people stop being better to each other. Who the hell knows? Anyways, till next time, be safe.